In a stunning display of defiance, Lady Louise Windsor, the demure royal who typically shuns the limelight, has taken a stand that could send shockwaves through the royal family. What prompted this unexpected act of rebellion against Camilla, the seasoned matriarch? This quiet young woman may hold the key to a deeper conflict simmering beneath the regal veneer. Before we go deeper into what this really means for the royal family, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single update. Lady Louise, often seen only at the fringes of royal gatherings, has now emerged into a tempest of intrigue. Her quiet demeanor, like a gentle breeze that barely rustles the high hedges of Windsor, had never hinted at this secretive storm brewing beneath the surface. Yet here she stands, poised and yet unwilling to follow the path carved by tradition. Camilla, with her years spent fortifying her place within the royal machinery, playing the role of a mentor and guide to those entering the dizzying royal realm, finds her authority subtly yet strikingly contested by Louise's unforeseen resolve. In this Game of Thrones, Camilla has been the steady hand, weaving her way through the corridors of power, tutoring aspiring royals in time-honored ways. Her influence, undeniable and commanding, had seeped into the very walls of Windsor, leaving its mark. But in Lady Louise, the unexpected challenger, the royal family encounters a lingering doubt that shakes its pillars. Though she'd always resisted public dramas, opting for a quieter life away from the prying eyes and fevered judgments that define the monarchy, Louise's sudden refusal, like a pebble disturbing calm waters, ripples uncertainty through the grand yet silent halls of the palace. The emotional tension escalates, voices hushed but fervent as questions of loyalty and tradition echo, lacking answers. What heritage of blood and crown are they truly bound to uphold? And is it time for a new direction, a generational shift that every observer, critic, and loyal subject has quietly speculated upon? Lady Louise stands at a crossroads not only with a jewel-encrusted past, but also an intriguingly vague potential. The fragility of her gentle persona belies the strength of conviction, making her the woman behind the storm, a figure poised at the brink of history. Her lineage, as historically significant as it is cloaked in the routine duties of royal decorum, bears the weight of past alliances and betrayals. Yet, it is she who now wields an unseen power, drawing unseen lines in the shifting sands of monarchy. As all eyes turn toward the modest royal, fierce whispers emerge of a tale that stretches back into the past, promising betrayals and alliances yet untold. Camilla's rise within the royal echelon is no coincidence. Her journey to become a pivotal figure of influence was entwined with steely determination and strategic foresight. The path to power in a world cloaked in tradition was never smooth. Yet she embraced each stumbling block with grace, shaping her narrative from one of contentious whispers to that of a dignified contender. Her ascent reveals an intricate dance of strategy and intuition. Camilla began her journey as an enigma to the public eye, shrouded by scandal and skepticism. Yet, with time, she carved her space one decision at a time, one ally after another, unfolding a new chapter defined by unyielding ambition and delicate diplomacy. With the weight of royal expectations upon her shoulders, Camilla astutely crafted a vision that would outlast the fleeting glares of public scrutiny. Her brainchild, the Strategic Mentorship Program, became a revolutionary approach to shaping the monarchy's future. A beacon for young royals, this initiative wasn't just about passing royal duties, but inspiring a modernized monarchy, equipped to tackle the complexities of a changing world. In this creation, Camilla found her voice a leader not in title alone, but in the transformative promise she carried forth with each aspiring protege. Her navigation through the labyrinth of royal politics was an art form delicate yet decisive. To some, she was the embodiment of grace under pressure, a figurehead who commanded the respect of courtiers with an unassuming authority. For others, she was an interloper, a reminder of unsettling change wrapped in elegant attire. Yet, her subtle power plays were undeniable, her mastery in aligning personal relationships with astute political maneuvers, clearing a path through the long, shadow-laden corridors of the castle. Each step she took seemed preordained, her influence steadily encroaching into territories where once she was but a guest. As her reputation for silent yet unyielding strength grew, so too did she garner a grudging respect from those who once doubted her resolve. It was a respect not easily earned, nor unquestionably given, but through candid engagements and unwavering presence at the royal round table, she proved herself time and again. The once muted corridors of resistance bore witness to her audacious spirit, as seasoned traditionalists grappled with the reality of her assertive ascent, a reminiscent echo of bygone days, where royal women wielded influence with an equally quiet intensity. Yet, as with any legacy of power, resistance simmered beneath polished veneers. In the off-white hallowed halls, whispers lingered of traditions threatened, of unyielding bloodlines challenged by the evolving ideals Camilla so fervently championed. Her lineage, while not of ancient descent, mirrored those formidable women of the past, heirs to foreign lands who reshaped the throne not through birthright, but through sheer tenacity. These historical parallels now stood like ghosts beside her, whispering stories of kinship as they did to queens who came before, their legacies intertwined with her own. In the shadows of this royal ascension rises Lady Louise, unwittingly poised to challenge a queenship not just with titles, but with ideals. A new narrative lies on the horizon, one destined to blur the lines between tradition and transformation, a subtle harbinger of change awaiting the dawn. Was Lady Louise's refusal an impromptu act of defiance, or a long-brewing testament to inner courage? Behind her serene facade, a tempest had been brewing long before she ever set foot on the grandest of stages. As we peel back layers of regal etiquette, startling motifs of rebellion echo through her lineage. In hushed corridors and amidst murmured conversations, one can trace the origins of her courage not in spontaneous outbursts, but in the quiet strength that had been nurtured from her youth. Louise, though expected to silently glide through her formative years amidst the burdens of expectation, exhibited glimpses of an independent spirit that caused the walls of tradition to tremble ever so slightly. There was a fire within that even the most formidable protocols couldn't extinguish. Her teenage years were a crucible of exploration and constraint, a dance between duty and desire. Louise found herself trapped between the opulent traditions that dictated her existence and the burgeoning realization of a world beyond the veil. Here was a young woman suffocated by the very grandeur others aspired to, who longed for authenticity in a realm that prized decorum above all else. Her spirit's restlessness clashed with the family's aspirations, creating friction that beneath its surface smoldered with defiance. What began as whispered conversations with confidantes soon grew into an inner monologue that questioned every expectation. Within the confines of royal life, her quest for self-awareness faced monumental societal and familial pressures. But even the most suffocating chains could not stifle her yearning for autonomy. Unseen by most, but surprisingly impactful, was Anne, Princess Royal, an enigma in her own right. Her story, too, was embroidered with threads of rebellion. Anne, renowned for her pragmatism and dedication, navigated her role with a keen sense of personal identity, often deviating from the customary royal path. It was this quiet defiance that created ripples of admiration within young Louise, shaping her view of what it meant to be both regal and resolute. Some say it was Anne's willingness to embrace duty while bending its protocol that inspired Louise, a quiet force suggesting that beneath polished surfaces was the freedom to redefine one's destiny. Family gatherings were gatherings of more than just members, they were crucibles, in which the influences of previous generations intermingled with whispers of change. These gatherings, shrouded in whispers and cloaked in tradition, were where Louise first perceived Anne's subtle guiding light. In the midst of the pomp and splendor, between the clinking of delicate porcelain and the orchestrated laughter, there were meaningful exchanges that left their marks on Louise's heart. It was within these private moments, overlooked by so many but profoundly significant to her, that Louise began to envision a future where she might sculpt her own narrative. The tale of the letter, a fabled treasure of empathy and encouragement from Anne to Louise, plays a crucial role in this unfolding dramatization. Old and treasured, it was filled with words of resolve, gentle nudges toward bravery, breathing life into the whispers of freedom Louise harbored in her heart. Delivered in trust and wrapped in wisdom, that letter was a beacon guiding Louise through the shadows cast by obligation. It didn't merely bolster her resolve, it fortified the tapestry of rebellion she now wore with a quiet dignity, a testament to Anne's own journey and the strength it imparted. But like all rebellions within royal walls, secrets are rarely solitary. Louise discovers allies in her silent protest. drawing unexpected lines of allegiance. And as her narrative unfolds, new allies emerge from the shadows, drawn by the courage to speak one's truth, allowing the once isolated whispers of defiance to resound with a force none could ignore. A veil over the regal unity cracks as whispers of a cabal of royals, quietly sympathetic to Louise, emerges. These hidden supporters add a riveting layer to the palace intrigue, revealing untold alliances and clandestine meetings. In the thick of Britain's storied halls, filled with more secrecy than even the finest tapestries could weave, emerges a faction of nobility, their names whispered only in the echoing corridors where candor dares not tread. They share with Louise an unspoken bond, a shared burden, a silent revolt against dynastic expectations that weigh heavily, unmoored by the grandeur of the crown. These royals harbor their dilemmas beneath the sheen of duty, crafting a discreet fellowship much akin to the court's most guarded fables. Anne, with her reputation as a second mother to the young royal heirs, plays a silent yet impactful role in this unfolding drama. Her presence is the quiet hum of a compassionate overture, offering solace amid the stringent symphony of royal life. Many a troubled young heart has beat more steadily under her watchful eye, detecting her unyielding camaraderie. Her influence, though subtle, orchestrates a delicate balance of power and empathy that breeds influence far deeper than the crown's weight itself. Underneath the surface of glittering tiaras and ornate banquet tables, Anne's nurturing hand becomes a salve for those silently drowning beneath their crowns. The clandestine gatherings, whispers suggest, are held in lesser-known royal estates, away from prying eyes and eager ears. Here, in the quiet corners of less illuminated rooms, conversations spill like secrets into the night, each word a brushstroke on the canvas of rebellion. A welcome rebellion against the pressures of an ancient legacy. These estates, shrouded in mystery and time, transform into sanctuaries where thoughts once forbidden become shared understanding. In these rare venues, camaraderie blossoms under the moonlight, a covert fellowship built upon shared battles and renewed hopes, thanks to Louise's quiet resolve. Amidst all this, Louise's actions ignite a long-dormant kinship and camaraderie within this inner circle, like a moth flittering toward a promising flame. Her journey breathes new vitality into tired alliances, kindling a sense of unity cloaked beneath the veneer of formality. The old spirit of kinship, once thought extinguished by the corrosive air of political maneuverings, finds a new life, its embers slowly fanned by the gust of change that Louise embodies. Her defiance illuminates the path for others, like stars glimpsed above a clinging mist, reviving a sense of community that had long been thought vanished. Nevertheless, the road to internal family unity is as rocky and tangled as the history of the lineage itself. Public appearances paint a polite collage of congeniality, yet behind each practiced smile lie battles of duty versus desire, tradition against modernity. The magnificent fade of royal unity bows under the strain of internal discord, a fault line hidden beneath layers of crafted ceremonial splendor, threatening upheaval with each passing day. Yet within this tension, hope remains. The roots of understanding deepen in the shadows cast by grand chandeliers. Yet amidst this interwoven tapestry of intrigue and alliance, one question lingers: who stands as Louise's mysterious benefactor, orchestrating these quiet alliances from the shadows, unseen but ever present? With alliances formed on the quiet side, the stage is set for revelations that could redefine royal ties. Timed perfectly for familial upheavals on the horizon, the unfolding future promises ripples far beyond the castle walls, hints of transformation before which even the greatest crown must bow. As Louise's stance courses through the palace like a lit testament, lines are drawn and loyalties tested. Within moments, the serene facade of royal harmony shatters, revealing tensions laid dormant by time and tradition. Behind closed doors, whispered conversations swell into stormy debates, echoing through the halls where walls have long been privy to secrets. Louise's defiance is no simple act of rebellion. It is a catalyst, a spark to the powder keg of unresolved disputes that simmer beneath the veneer of regal decorum. Tradition clashes headlong with the relentless tide of modernity, sending ripples of discord through even the most steadfast alliances. As the echoes of heated words linger in the corridors, the royal family stands divided, ensnared in a struggle far beyond mere ceremonial discourse. Voices rise, and whispers become demands as each faction seeks to imprint its vision on the future of the monarchy. Here, the palace becomes both a battlefield and a crucible, refining and testing its members in equal measure. The chamber echoes with the desperate urgency of those who fear losing their grasp on time-honored customs. Each word is a sword, each argument an arrow aimed at the heart of monarchy's continuity. Outside these chambers, Camilla emerges as the voice of royal pragmatism. Her public statement, crafted with the precision of a diplomat, addresses the nation with a dexterous balance, delicately sidestepping contentious specifics, yet boldly asserting the monarchy's enduring relevance. Hers is a message of calm amidst chaotic change, offering reassurance to those who cling to the comforts of known paths. The court listens, the ballroom talks, and the streets await. With carefully chosen words, Camilla stitches a temporary veil over the fissures threatening the royal foundation. Yet in the midst of this careful dance, Anne's response vibrates with understated power. Unlike Camilla's polished diplomacy, Anne's reply is a tapestry of subtle defiance, articulated not through grandiose declarations, but through actions and acknowledgments that inspire quiet revolution. Her nod to Louise's courage resonates across the kingdom, stirring a silent chorus of support and inspiration. Witnessing this unfolding schism, one cannot help but see the emergence of an intricate and precarious alliance, a symbiosis fraught with tension between Camilla, Anne, and Louise. These three become reluctant architects of the monarchy's evolution, bound by circumstance, yet each driven by distinct convictions. Inside sources whisper of strategies devised in secrecy, measures to curb the impending public relations fallout. Behind gilded doors, meticulous plans unfurl like maps of old campaigns, each contingency drawn to stave off scandal, to assure stability amidst upheaval. These efforts at concealment reveal the monarchy's delicate dance with its public image, each step calculated, each gesture choreographed to maintain the royal spectacle, intact and unassailable. Within this chess game, pawns are moved with care, counsels are sought, while the true stakes are shielded from public view. As the dust settles into a fragile understanding, or so it appears on the surface, the next act brings forth a tension unheard of within these storied walls. The kingdom watches with bated breath, anticipating the next inevitable turn in this unfolding saga. Here stands a throne at a crossroads, where heritage meets the inexorable march of change, and where the past and the future collide in a spectacular, poignant clash. The stage is set, and the spotlight turns once more to the keepers of tradition and the heralds of innovation. Eager eyes rest on the horizon, awaiting the unraveling of destiny within this storied monarchy, for history is in the hands of those who dare to shape it. When Lady Louise stepped forward, the air around the royal estate seemed to quiver with anticipation. Her petite frame belied a presence that commanded attention, a gravity born of secrets long held in the shadows. She was no longer content to be a silent figurehead in the pageantry of monarchy, a mere ornament in a lineage built on tradition, but rather a voice declaring her truth amidst the echo of gilded histories. Her reasons were deeply personal, intricately interwoven with beliefs forged in private battles of conscience. While duty draped its heavy mantle over her shoulders, Louise was compelled by an inner clarity, a determination that her path would not be dictated solely by heritage and expectation. Inside these hallowed halls, the echoes of her relatives' whispered conversations and speculative glances could not quiet the storm brewing within her heart. Louise was a modern woman in an ancient institution. She carried the dual burdens of personal agency and inherited duty, each pulling her in divergent directions like the relentless tide against the steadfast cliff. Through her lived experiences, she had borne witness to the constraining protocols that favored silence over the tumult of necessary truth. She realized the time had come to break from these invisible chains and embrace the refreshing uncertainty of transparency. As the last vestiges of protocol slipped from her grasp, Louise dared to lay bare the grievances simmering beneath the polished veneer of royalty. She knew the repercussions would ripple beyond the immediate confines of marble and silk. They would crash over the public consciousness like a tidal wave, inviting scrutiny and stirring debate. Yet it was the only path that allowed her to sleep with an untroubled mind, free from the suffocating weight of unspoken words. Her public statement was not merely a personal manifesto, but a reflecting pool in which society could see the possibilities of a transformed monarchy. It grappled with the intricate dance of progress and tradition, envisioning a future less bound by rigid conventions and more open to human flaws and aspirations. Within royal circles, the statement was both a spark and a mirror, a catalyst for self-reflection and a call to re-evaluation. While some rallied around the status quo, fearing chaos and deviation, others saw hope in a monarchy willing to evolve. As Louise's words filtered through the media, they ignited a frenzy that spread like wildfire. Headlines screamed declarations of rebellion and freedom. Opinion columns ran the gamut from admiration to scorn. In living rooms and public squares, the nation buzzed with divided sentiments, some hailing her as a pioneer of truth, others as a reckless agitator. Yet, amid this storm of discourse, Louise stood resolute, a figure neither diminished nor emboldened by public opinion, but serene in her newfound autonomy. With truths told and consequences poised, attention turns to the storied and seasoned heart of this explosive drama, Anne, and her quietly monumental reaction. The nation holds its breath as Anne, the stalwart pillar of royal tradition with a reputation for ardent tenacity, speaks in favor of the rebellious Louise, unveiling a shared legacy of bold defiance, loved loyalty, and daring individuality. Anne, once a youthful maverick whose exploits whispered through the corridors of time, now stands as a beacon of unwavering dignity. Her journey from fiery independence to revered matronhood has not been without its own tempestuous struggles. Yet, it is this history, carved in the crucible of expectation and rebellion, that makes her endorsement so riveting, so profound. In throwing her weight behind Louise, Anne does more than extend a hand to a beleaguered family member. She lights a torch for reform, casting long echoes into the far reaches of the realm. Her blessing transcends mere familial ties. It is a clarion call that resonates deeply with those who have long yearned for voices that defy the status quo. Expectation might once have wavered upon Anne's own youthful controversies those days when her actions clashed vividly with tradition. Parallels between her tumultuous past and Louise's own defiance sketch an unmistakable portrait of resilience, painting rebellion as a cherished family tradition of striving toward authenticity. Anne's support galvanizes Louise, fortifying her stance within the royal family and beyond. Her stature grows not just in length but in breadth, reaching out to those who have felt the pinch of antiquated conventions. Anne's once radical maneuvers now seem prophetic, her legacy intertwining with the present, crafting a tapestry of courage stitched in the finest thread of her influence. The intrigue grows, and the realm watches with bated breath as whispers in the hallways turn into bold proclamations in the streets, where Anne's voice is heard not merely as a matriarch's support, but as a harbinger of necessary evolution. Public adulation arises, accolades shower upon this unexpected alliance, though beneath the surface ripples of dissent stir. Anne's startlingly candid stance ignites secret divisions, laying bare the heart of a kingdom attempting to navigate between tradition's comforting embrace and the exhilarating unknown of change. Yet even as hidden rifts widen, a wider message of empowerment surges forth, that perhaps one can remain loyal to the past while daring to sculpt a progressive future. And so, with Anne's influential approval casting warmer hues over Louise's rebellion, a tentative harmony returns. Yet, as the protagonists of this tale walk the tightrope between heritage and modernity, the narrative teeters ever so perilously towards a climactic close. One that promises resolution yet hints at the perpetual dance of transformation within the hallowed halls of history. In the aftermath of this enthralling royal saga, the royal family stands at a precipice. Will the echoes of dissent seed long-sought change, or will the institution cling steadfastly to its shadows? One thing remains certain: Lady Louise has etched her name into history, redefining royal legacies. The corridors of the palace now echo with whispered reverence, tales of bravery threading through its age-old fabric. Her defiance against the stifling confines of tradition has sent a ripple through the halls of power, forcing a reluctant institution to confront its own reflection. What follows in the footsteps of such a seismic upheaval are the immediate reverberations felt within both the hallowed protocol of the crown and the scrutinizing gaze of the public. A monarchy, once hemmed in by its inflexible rules, is now urged to breathe anew. There are whispers of council meetings behind stone walls, discussions focused on transformations needed to align the age-old monarchy with an ever-evolving modern world. The realm's perception, shaped by the cinematic unfolding of recent events, sways and buckles under the weight of possibility. Media analysis abounds, portraying a cultural shift in public sentiment, where respect balances precariously with expectation. Speculations multiply. Could a restructuring of power, prompted by this upheaval, redefine how mentorship and guidance are woven into the crown's future? Will Anne's enduring legacy as a matron of wisdom and grace become the lodestar for fledgling royals venturing into the new decade? Anne, once perceived as a silent figurehead amid gilded grandeur, now stands as a keystone in this evolving narrative. Her subtle nurturing of Louise has resonated through the years as a silent struggle, gaining the deserved acknowledgement her pivotal role merits. She is now revered not just as a custodian of tradition, but as a harbinger of progressive thought, a bridge between past and future, beckoning change with a gentle but irrepressible force. The whole realm now watches how this maternal bond continues to shape the monarchy's paths. In the realm, a palpable shift in the winds of perception can be felt, one that threatens to carve its own monumental chapter in the annals of history. Yet, it is Louise's indomitable courage that claims the starring role in this unfolding narrative of change. Her brave defiance has not merely altered perception, but has also sown seeds of empowerment for generations yet to come. Each whispered tale of her boldness serves, not just as a footnote, but as an undeniable marker, etching her presence into the hearts and minds of future royals. Through her, a narrative of transformation takes root, hinting at a royalty that might thrive in the soil of its own transparency. Amidst these tremors of change, as rainbows of fate paint possibilities anew, one wonders what riveting tales lie hidden behind royal smiles, waiting for their time to rewrite the royal narrative anew. The saga does not end here, yet unfurls into realms unexplored, laying the groundwork for a narrative where tradition and innovation dance together. As this chapter closes, open-ended and teeming with whispered promises, it leaves us yearning for the stories yet untold, silhouetted against the backdrop of royal legacy. The modern monarchy stands at the ready, brimming with potential to metamorphose into a beacon of contemporary relevance, with each stride measured in reverence to both past lessons and future aspirations. Lady Louise Windsor's journey from reticent scion to a symbol of courage burgeons into a legacy that transcends generational traditions. Her story magnifies the whispers that flowed through generations, calling out to future royal voyagers. Like a crafted tapestry of rebellion, grace, and fortitude, she unspooled myths held hostage by time, unveiling the heart of a monarchy poised on the edge of its own ancient precipice. In the opulent shadows of the grand halls, her steps were once tentative, draped in the gentle quilt of doubt. Yet as the years marched on, those very halls began to resonate with a new sound. The rhythm of change echoed in her quiet defiance, her quiet strength. In unwittingly wielding her influence, Lady Louise forged a new path, a path bathed in the glow of transformation. History, a relentless judge, may choose to remember her not as a mere footnote, but as a beacon in the vast scrolls of the royal storybook, a reformer or perhaps a rebel, depending on which side of the tapestry one chooses to admire. Her actions carved fissures in the iron walls of tradition, allowing light and air to dance through the ages that had long been shrouded in formality's fog. Side by side stood Anne, her mentor and ally. Their bond, one both respectful and reformative, was no friendship of convenience, but a convergence of purpose, an undeniable unity that stitched a patchwork of mutual kinship and evolution in the fabric of their shared narrative. As their campaign of quiet revolution unfolded amidst the splendor and scrutiny, it was flanked by a chorus of allies and supporters. These voices, sometimes soft and sometimes resounding, stood unwaveringly by Lady Louise, a testament to the strength found in solidarity during turbulent storms. Their presence underscored a foundational truth: the essence of royalty is not merely in the blood, but in the beating heart of humanity shared between them and the world at large. Through Lady Louise's life and endeavors, the undiminished allure of royal sagas was fueled, sagas ignited by passion and purpose, unmarred by the weight of the crown yet enriched by it. Her narrative, a harrowing and hopeful tale, breathed life into an era where the lives of royals intersect with the pulse of modernity, bridging time-worn tales with contemporary beats in a serenade of resilience. As the royal tale unfolds, the family stands tall, mirroring resilience and adaptability, straddling the antiquity of their lineage and the dawning of a new day. They are iconic emblems of a storied kingdom not merely enduring, but thriving amidst the adversities of its own creation. The vision of their legacy not as a relic of the past, but as stewards of an ever-evolving covenant with the people, whispers toward future conflicts and triumphs alike. Thus, we end our journey not with the sound of silence, but with an enduring echo that will continue to reverberate, narrating stories of valiance, vigor, and vision in halls as ancient as time itself. The legacy left behind is a roadmap for those who dare to tread boldly into the heart of the unknown, the footprints of the past guiding, yet not constraining, the march toward a future replete with hope.